So welcome back or welcome to my channel. I hope that you guys are doing absolutely well today. In today's video, I wanted to do a new series on my channel called Girly Pop Talks, where you guys can ask me questions and I can give you advice. I want to do like girl talk, any relationship advice, anything like that. Like y'all, this past week I was struggling a lot mentally. I finally feel a little bit better, and I definitely want to share some of my tips or some things that I do to kind of put me in a better mindset. If you guys would like to see more content like this, or you would like to comment down any questions that you have for a next episode of Girly Pop Talks, just comment down below and I will definitely do that for you guys. I'm going to be talking about overcoming social anxiety. Now, this is really big for me because this is something that I still struggle with on a day-to-day basis. Somebody who has, when I was younger, I used to be super extroverted. I was always, like, I was never afraid. My dream was to become a singer. When I did high school, I was in drama and wanted to audition for musical theaters and all those stuff. I did start struggling with social anxiety a little bit as I got older, like towards the end of high school or when I started high school, and then definitely after I graduated. I have a lot of anxiety when it comes to trying new things because I don't know what to expect or what the outcome is going to be. Do the same things. I watch the same shows, listen to the same music. I stick to what I know because it makes my anxiety definitely a lot less. Thing that I'm trying to think of how deep I want to go with this conversation because it is really vulnerable coming on the internet and just, explaining everything that I struggle with. But I tend to just struggle with things that may not seem as big to other people. I go to a new store, when I go to a new gym, when I go to a dentist, doctor appointment, whatever it is, and I've never been there, I literally have to sit in my car and mentally prepare myself to go because I just get so anxious. And to all of you, if any of you struggle with social anxiety, I just want to say that you're never alone. You're definitely not weird or strange, or you probably tell yourself like, oh, I'm the only one who goes through this. I promise you, you're not. Things and some advice that I would like to give you guys. Take it if you like, if not, totally understandable. Everyone has their own journey when it comes to mental health. Always remember that it is a journey that you are constantly learning and growing from. You're gonna have moments where you feel absolutely amazing, and then there's gonna be days where you might not feel the best. And that's perfectly fine, but just always remember to be empathetic to yourself. That's my number one advice to everyone is be empathetic with yourself because it is a journey and you're not just gonna keep going up and you're gonna go overcome social anxiety. You're gonna have moments where you're uncomfortable, definitely uncomfortable. So just be empathetic with yourself. So take it step by step. So I like to do a little bit of like, I guess, exposure therapy on myself. Things that make me uncomfortable or trying new things sometimes. So I will purposely try new things on my own. And no matter how uncomfortable I feel, I just try to tell myself that it's for my own growth. And the only way that you can perfect something is by constantly doing it every day. So that would be my second piece of advice, is just try something small and stay consistent with it. So if you have social anxiety when it comes to maybe like meeting new friends, maybe challenge yourself to be more inviting to other people, or just try to have smaller conversations, when you're out and about or store, of course, if only if you're safe. But I challenge you to just, you know, start with something that makes you uncomfortable, because eventually you will grow from it. And always make sure you have a great support system. I'm very fortunate that I have family and friends and a partner who completely understand where I'm coming from. Don't have a support system. I am always here if you need anyone to talk to. Again, it is a journey. It takes time. Don't get angry at yourself. Be empathetic. Be proud of yourself for wanting to take that extra step. It is extremely hard. Don't forget to ask for help. This is something that I struggle with as well, is asking people for help, because you never want to. I feel like I never want to burden people, but I promise you, communicating is key. Asking people for help if you feel like you can't do something alone, that's perfectly fine. Ask for help, ask people. There's been multiple times where I'm going somewhere new and I just feel like I can't do it. And I'll ask like my partner, or I'll ask my mom, or I'll ask my friends, like, hey, can I like talk to you on the phone, or can I like FaceTime you, or can I text you, or can you come with me, and it makes the experience a little bit easier. Our day and age with social media being so advanced, it is so easy to compare yourself, compare your lifestyle, compare your eating habits, compare your physical appearance. Just compare yourself to others. Anything that I can, tell you is that everyone is designed to be unique. Everybody has their own personalities, physical features, and you should never compare yourself, because no one is like you. No one does you better than you. And I understand it is completely understandable to compare yourself, and you may not look the same way someone else does. But I think about insecurities is, it is okay and understandable to feel like, oh, I want to look like this person. But in my head, if everyone looked the same, there would be no creativity, there would be no differences, there would be no, if everyone looked the same, no one would have their own sense of style, nobody would have their own way of being. And I'm somebody that is still dealing with a lot of insecurities, but I've learned to love myself for who I am. I understand that not everyone is going to look like me, and that's perfectly fine, because, I don't really want to look like anyone else. I love being who I am, and it's taken me so long to be where I'm at. Companies nowadays feed off of people's insecurities, and a lot of the times they have their own motive, and it's not because they actually truly believe those things. It's because, they're trying to make their money. If nobody was insecure, there wouldn't be as much of a demand for surgeries, for a lot of makeup, for a lot of certain products. And I'm not saying that like these things are bad. I personally don't believe they're bad, but I'm saying a lot of the times these companies or people just try to throw stuff at you, but in reality, it's not because they truly think those things. It's just because they're trying to make their money at the end of the day. If you're somebody who's struggling with insecurities, again, just know that you're not alone. Everyone has something they're insecure about, but just remember that no one looks like you. And that is the beautiful thing about being an individual. I challenge you to love that part of yourself. I used to really dislike how small my eyes were, because I was just try to focus on your body, in the sense of your body is doing everything it can to keep you alive, surviving. So, if you gain a little bit of weight, give yourself grace. If you lose a little bit of weight, give yourself grace as well. This is going to go into my third topic, which is how I learned to love myself. A little bit before the pandemic, or I would say during the pandemic, we were all forced to really be in a place where we had to sit in our thoughts and, be alone. Really had to, I was forced to really understand who I was. What are some things I like, some things I don't like. Really, really know who I was, because I felt like up to that point I didn't know who I was. If you guys ever want me to do a separate episode, like a separate whisper ramble on this, I can definitely do so. I don't want to get too much involved in my family relationships, because that is, their own privacy. But I dealt with a parental figure who was very controlling of my life, and when I chose to not be a part of that anymore, I felt like I had no idea who I was. This person took, controlled everything, and I was scared, because I'm like, I don't know who I am. I was following what this person wanted for me, and now that I'm not that, like, do I even know who I am? I think that resulted in me loving myself. I love how creative I can be. I love how I'm so helping to others. I love certain things about me, and I really started focusing on those strong attributes that I had. And so, for anyone out there, if you're younger and you feel like, you're struggling, you have so many things going on, again, you're not alone. But just really get to know who you are, and learn what are your strong features. What do you love about yourself? Really focus on that, and I promise you, you'll slowly begin to fall in love with yourself. And again, it's a journey. You'll have moments where you'll fall, and that's normal, and that's fine. But you'll have a lot of great moments. I think it's really fun getting to know yourself, because you go through so many phases in your life. I've changed my style, my sense of style. I don't even know, maybe like 4 or 5 times. I've changed my hair color 4 or 5 times, but it's just really getting to know yourself, and you'll gain all of these things as you go along, but just really learn what is it that you like about you, and focus on that. And I promise that it will make your journey a lot more easier. I hope that you guys enjoyed this whisper ramble and big sister advice. Again, I would love to maybe do a series on my channel where I can discuss certain topics. Just let me know, comment down below any topics that you guys would like me to cover, or any questions that you guys have for me, and I will be more than open to answering them for you. Again, I hope that you guys enjoyed, and remember to give yourself some grace, love yourself,